Welcome everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to keep your horses going into the right direction and have some of the most forgiving horses in the world, the most broke that anyone will be wanting to hate on. Okay, so if you want to fix bad habits, start your own horses. Just follow this G method, okay? And I promise you, you will see a difference in your horse and yourself. So notice, first thing I did, well, I'm walking around my horse, getting him to lead. Once we got this going right, I turn around real quick, and this is reply and respect. Respect your boundary, respect the circle. If they get spooked from behind, they don't run us over. They look at us first. Okay, so this is why we apply this. And apply it really good where you just move your lead rope up and down, and he's going to back up. And keep backing them up. I mean, back them up 20 feet, 100 feet, 100 yards. Go. I mean, they need more backup. The more they back up, the better horses they are. Now, once you got this going real good, they lead good, they have the respect down, okay? If they're a little hard and they're not listening, and you need to wake them up, apply energy, okay? It says do whatever needs to be done, whatever's necessary until they get to this point. You don't always got to be, going all crazy. No. Once you got that, we're gonna desensitize with our lead rope, left and right. Most horses, when I throw my lead rope this way, they tend to move out, whether they don't know about it or they've been pushed and lunged so much that they just stayed activated. So desensitize them, put them in respect. If they move out, move forward, put them in respect. If they notice I'm getting closer here, I'm getting closer to my horse, if they move out, you can apply respect from here too. Okay, now we have this on both sides. I'm going to throw it over my horse. Now, notice I step away a little bit. That means what's going to happen? Is he going to come to me? Is he going to go away? I gave me a little couple feet more opportunity. If he comes to me, I just shut him down back in respect and be loud enough to stop him. Okay, don't be none of this. Maybe he'll stop. No, none of that. So this is going to be an extension of my arm, our arm, and that's going to get us closer to our horse. Remember, you don't have to do this every single time. This is a method that you use on all your horses. I mean, it gets more forgiving, but I'm saying you don't have to do it every time on your really broke horses. Eventually, they'll just stop caring like these babies. Okay. Now we have this. We've gotten closer to be able to touch them. Okay, this is a huge step right here. We already gotten close to them. You do the exact same thing on the other side. You got to do it on both sides, so they won't be scared on one side and real broke on the other. I've seen it done. I've seen people dismount. I even dismount on one side and they don't know it, and they freak out. They want to kick at you and run off. So this is a way how I do it. I dismount from both sides, get on both sides. Why? Because that's what makes really forgiving horses. Now I even turn them around a little bit, let them follow their nose. Apply respect. Come back to the desensitizing with your lead rope. Okay. Once we got this, notice I came a little bit closer to their head. Why? Because I'm fixing to throw it over and catch it. Now we're going to do preparation of their cinch. Now, getting a little windy. Now, I have my left lead rope kind of short to their face, but I'm fixing to start applying pressure for the cinch. Okay, this is going to help us, and at the same time, I'm going to disengage and I'll apply firmness, bump them. Don't be afraid to apply it. Now, when you do this, they're going to act, if they haven't done this in a while, or they're new, it's a new horse, never had it, they're going to want to kick out. It's tickling them, it's uncomfortable, or something wrapped up, trying to hug them, and their defense kick in, so that they start kicking. And be careful, because sometimes they can bite, and you just tap them a little bit. Hey, don't do that. Especially the wild ones. Now that we have this down pretty good, we can move down their feet. Now they're going to want to move around. I'll see if I can push them more. But they're going to react and you gotta stay there. Okay, now I pushed them so you can see how fast they can go. They're fast, but we can be just as fast as well. Stay away from danger. Once you deal on that side, you do the other. Okay, throw it around his barrel. Prep for the cinch. Okay, notice I'm up close. I want that nose towards me a little bit. Prep him. I can click at him. I can pull that nose. Now don't let go of this when you're prepping. If you let go of this, notice where our body is. It's towards the fire zone. So never let go to the horse's head. And at the same time, we're teaching it to follow its nose. Disengage. Okay, disengaging is going to prep. So when we get on them, you're already testing your steering wheel. Control the head, control the body. Remember, that's very important. This is where we lead a horse. This is where we put the bit on a horse. This is what we use to move around left and right. Very important. Now that we have that, we have the respect down pretty good. I mean, we want them to move a couple steps. And that's when you know you're ready for the next step, which is the flag. We're going to apply this flag. Notice I'm at a distance, okay? Some horses are going to look at it. You know, it's going to be, what the heck is that? Scary. They'll even want to take off when you even get this close, and you got to bear down and turn them around, okay? But then we keep approaching. Now, don't throw this flag out in the bottom, because that's where they're going to strike. They think they need to defend themselves, and they're going to be like, oh, what's going on? Notice, he's being a little funky. It's fine. We've graduated to this position, but how we do that is we follow the lead rope to the nose, cheek, down to the pole, and I'm actually away from the horse about a foot. Okay, if the lag touches him, okay, awesome. We want him to get touched anyways. Okay, see if I can get a better angle of that. Okay, nose, cheek, neck, body. Make sure all this is good. From here, I even like to go down the back to this side right here, and don't even want to kick and stuff. So I already have that nose over here. Turn them around back to respect and back this one off. Okay, get situated first. Now I like to use the wind too. Remember, you do what you do on one side, you do to the other. Why? Because that makes really broke horses and safer horses. That's what we want. Safe horses is not going to hurt you. I don't like getting hurt. I don't like getting bucked off. This is what we do. So here's the lead rope, nose, cheek, neck, okay? And then we go to the body, and then we proceed to the legs, okay? Now they want to kick out. If you throw this right here, chances of them kicking are high. Definitely high. So again, if we're close and we throw that flag there, that horse will react and will want to paw it. And he'll look at that and not you and run you over. That's why we apply respect, okay? And be loud enough to shut them down and stop them. Hey, back off, you're going to hurt me. Once we got this real good and they accepted it, left and right over from between their ears, between their legs, we'll proceed to the tarp. Now this is going to be a representation of our saddle. How are we going to apply it? The exact same way we applied the flag, okay? But I even like to wrap it up a little bit. I don't like to keep it all loose. Remember, this is going to be a 4x8 tarp. Just a little strip here. That is going to show you the representation of what I'm talking about. I got it in a ball. I'm going to apply it to the nose and cheek, okay? Show the horse that it's okay. There's nothing wrong with this stuff. And I'm showing it down the body. I'll even disengage it. If I feel like that horse wants to lean his butt towards me, because they like to lean over pressure, is their defense. They feel something uncomfortable. Here's my butt for you. Take that. We don't want that. But notice, nose is tilt. I'm moving backwards. This is going to prep for our saddle. And I still have that nose tilted. Once you got that, move to the other side. Exact same way. Nose, cheek, neck. Prepping for the saddle blankets. The louder you are, the more forgiving your horses will be. Do not tiptoe around your horses, because those are ticking time bombs. We don't want that. Now that we have all this, I'm gonna get my lead rope in my hand, get my tarp. I'm gonna pet him. Now I want to activate that outside eye, excuse me. That way I don't surprise him. If I throw this tarp over, he could run me over, because he'll care more about the tarp and not me, and that's how we get injured and get hurt. So activate the outside eye. It's very important. Once we got that, we can start, we can start expanding our tarp. Okay. All right, here we go. Come back, nose, cheek, up high to head level. Okay. Also from here, I'll start tossing this one over. Now this be a 4x8, but I like to bunch it up. Eventually it'll slide down the horse. Okay, bunch it up, put it in the square knot. Where it won't fall off. From here, we desensitize at a standstill again. Remember, we'll have a 4x8 tarp, so it's gonna be, on his back pretty good, and it's gonna even help you to desensitize the motion when you're up close. So right now, I actually pushed them, and we will. Some horses you have to push, but we want to get up close and desensitize in motion. Notice I'm bump. If I feel that he's a little tough, bump, get some softness out of him. Once you desensitize both ends, we are ready for the next step, which is the lead rope. Bring it back to the lead rope. I go back, apply respect, throw it over from the very beginning, prep for the cinch again. Now, will you have to use this, use the tarp all the time? No. And the flag? No, because by that time, the more you work with your horse, you won't need it every day, But we're prepping for one that has never done it, or a horse that's been off for a while. So we prep it, and at the same time, this tarp will be over its back as a representation of the saddle and the blanket. Correct. So you do on one side, you do the other. Once you got that done, you can take your tarp out, take your tarp off, put it up, get your blanket and your saddle. First thing I like to do is get your saddle pad, introduce it the exact same way we did everything else. Throw it over. Now remember, the louder you are with your stuff, the more forgiving the horse will be. It won't be so reactive. Same on this side. We're gonna throw it over. Okay, once you got that done, I like to throw my saddle on the opposite side. So if the cinch doesn't fit, I'm already on this side. When I throw my saddle over, I would activate that eye too before you throw it over. Measure my cinch where it needs to be. Once I got that, I got less steps to go around my horse. Now, before I even saddle the horse, I like to throw my lead rope over, just so they get a feeling and be desensitized. So when I reach down my hand, grab that cinch, it won't get me injured. So preparation is key for everything, and stay in this business for a long time. And that's what I'm planning on doing. So once you have that, you're ready for your saddle. You got your saddle. I even like to use a little loop in my lead rope, okay? And I can even fish it. The more you do it, the better you get. Once you got it fished, you can tie your cinch. You can do the same thing with the back girth if you're going to apply a back girth. Do the same thing. Now, once we have that cinched up, I like to disengage. Back to handling. handling, disengaging, get up close, respect. I don't want him to jump up to me. Walk to your hips, follow, get him to follow his nose, disengage. Sometimes we'll have to, create energy back here to move him. Move that butt. I like to walk off immediately, apply respect immediately. Now, this is after, now that he's comfortable wearing that saddle somewhat better, I like to send him out again. Open it up. Notice I have my popper, the end of my lead rope, towards that shoulder. That's going to help us push that horse out. Let him go out. And then if I need to, I can pop him here in the butt a little bit. Get that forward motion. Forward, forward, forward. Notice how I picked up my hands up. I'm pushing him away, but I'm moving his nose towards us, okay? I don't want him to be distracted either, running me over. Send him out. Bump, bump. Bump, bump. We want that nose towards us. Follow that nose. Now, this is good right here, okay? But now I want obvious pulls, obvious cues of what we want them to do, which is I go back and I'm going to get my set of reins. Now I start all my horses on halters. This is my halters. This is how I built it. So now I come over. I find my little slot here. I put my rein at. This is going to have my knot so it prevents from going down. Now I'm going to show you something. Obviously, we want easy, fast progression on your horses and be the best, obviously. At least I do. I like good horses and fast methods. This is one of them. One of the methods I like to use for handling is a hook my clip to the halter. Now, when I do this pull, check it. When I pull this way, or when I ask for her nose to flex, notice it creates a wall on this side. And now it gives an obvious cue. Right is right, left is left. And bump, bump, bump. Getting ready to ride. Okay, right here, you jump, have him flex and jump. What you do on one side, you do to the other. Okay. Disengage, disengage. Go up close, because up close is up in the saddle, so you got to stay close to your horse. Now, right here, you can sit them out too. I like to lunge my horses from a snaffle too. Okay, but this works about just the same. Why? Because we're having more pull on the left, okay, and we're pulling real obvious. I'm not pulling on my lead rope, I'm pulling on my rein, okay, bringing that nose in. And at the same time, I'm teaching my voice cues to the horse, which means go forward. Come on, baby. Forward. Left. Pulling on that rein. Right now, we can do disengage them at the same time while it's moving. Send them out again. Okay. Let them follow that nose. Disengage, 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 disengage. Do the same thing to the other side. You can use this before you get on your horse. This is why it is in this step in order. Got your horse saddled, got everything else. You've got your flexing, you're disengaging, and now you're ready to get on. Okay? Now, before you throw your leg over, I like to activate this eye. Why? Because I don't like surprises. Neither do horses. They like to get scared and run around. But when you throw that leg over, this is why we activate that eye. Now that we can get on, move on. And then the first thing I do is disengage. Disengage and gradually make a bigger circle, and then you do your walk, trot, canter from there, and just stop. It's the first day for a session. But this is what you need to have a safe trip. Make sure your steering wheel is working left and right. Now, I'm going to go into the snaffle. This is what you're mainly going to need. Snaffle, your snaffle with shanks. You can use it with that too. I'm going to get it real quick so I can show you it. This is more what you need when you already have your horse saddled up and you're ready to go. I highly suggest do this handling which is basically the exact same thing I did, but with a snaffle. Okay. Not sugar. Now that we have our snaffle on him, and you're fixing to go riding, or you went somewhere new, and he's not paying attention to you, he's paying attention to the flag over there or the other horses and stuff like that, and you feel uncomfortable, put him in the undivided attention, okay? I'm gonna click at it, I'm gonna send him out like I'm gonna lunge, and then I'm gonna bring him back in. Now, how do you get to this? By following my program. How do you get those two eyes on you right here? Is by doing the undivided attention and gradually start bending their head more and more. Okay, this is very important. You can disengage, send them out again, and if we don't want the horse to come to us like this, and before you know it, we start making out. Well, look, you brought your horse to you. Keep your hand out, extend your arm, and if you want the horse out, move it towards the shoulder. You can move the shoulders by applying pressure to the inside and pushing towards the horse's shoulder. Once you got this pretty smooth on both sides, I stand in the middle, clip the other side, send it out like we're gonna lunge, bring it back in, extended arm. Okay, and we got both eyes on us. Again, they're undivided attention, getting prepped up and ready to go have a fun ride and prohibit any bad habits from forming. Okay, if you have horses that are struggling to turn right, they don't want to turn right, get off your horse and come over here and disengage it. Get a snaffle or a halter that's going to make the horse understand what you want. But this is what you're going to need to help you. Now, you don't have to do it every time because these horses you can get on and go. But if you haven't ridden them in a while, you do that. Check your steering wheel. Once you got that done, ready to enjoy your ride, enjoy your training. And if you have any questions about this, how do I get on? Or what's that step? Or what can we do to improve your horses? Feel free to call. I'll have your back for life. Anything you may need help with him or your other horses, I got you. I got lots of methods. I've been dedicating my whole life for this. So like I said, you got what you need to have a successful path with your horse and yourself. If you have any questions, holler. Thank you. God bless.